So one of the biggest battles with owning a GBB platform is fighting your power limits. We're always looking to change barrel lengths, adjust end passes, change gas pressure to get to the energy level that we want to get to. And this will vary obviously country to country in the role you want to fulfill, whether you want no minimum engagement distance or you want something sniper related. And that was no different for the G&G LevAR-15. So this is my G&G LevAR that I have set up for sniper gameplay. And one of the most annoying things about the LevAR out the box is it's actually quite hard to get it past the 2 joule mark. And because it doesn't work like your traditional GBBR, it doesn't really have the same kind of valve system. So you can't install an end pass to get higher velocity. And G&G also don't make a nozzle for this, so that's quite frustrating. It's also much harder to hit sniper limits and higher energy when you have a much shorter barrel. I'm on a 300mm inner barrel. So I was wondering the best way to go about this, and after talking to Luke at Bristol-based Airsoft, we designed and manufactured one of these. A G&G LevAR nozzle that is fully adjustable and high flow. So this nozzle can be tuned from anywhere between 1 and over 2 joule, and yeah, obviously it's high flow, so you're getting higher output than before. So I thought I would show you how to install this and how easy it is to adjust, and we'll take it from there. So to start with, let's disassemble our LevAR. This is very easy, and I'll show you how to do that. And whilst my LevAR looks a bit different, they all come apart the same way. So firstly, we want to separate the lower and the upper. So that's just by popping out body pins. And in fact, it's just this one pin. So you can use a little Allen key to do that. How that goes. And something to keep in mind, this trips up everybody. When you separate these uppers, close your dust cover, otherwise it's going to get in the way of your pin there. So cool, and you can put your upper to one side for now. We are just dealing with the lower. So in here I actually have the test sample adjustable nozzle we had, and so I'm going to be ripping that out and putting in our new one, and I'll show you how to do that. So now we have to take out the lever itself, and so to do this we take out this pin here which holds it in place, and you can just push that through. Now I'm actually using, and we want to keep this pin to one side, I'm actually using a short stroke that Luke at BBA produces, and that means it only comes to about here. It's a great quality of life upgrade and worth grabbing. And because of that, taking this out can be a little different for me. If you are using full stroke, you can literally just pull this all the way back and you can pull it out pretty easily. But because I'm using short stroke, it takes a bit of wiggling. So I'm just going to try and go just like that. You can see the BPA logo right there. So put your LevAR to one side. And so now we have just this lower, and to do the rest, I'm going to zoom in for you. So here you can see there is a tappet plate attached to the nozzle. And to remove this is very easy. You just push down on it so the fangs come out of the grooves here. And then you can just pull the nozzle backwards. So push down here gently, and there we go. All the way out, just like so. Nice and easy. And so now we can install our new nozzle. So here we have our shiny new nozzle. There will be a link to this in the description, of course, and you'll find some other goodies on my website that might be handy for you. So here it is, nice and simple, lovely sort of, I was meant to go for gold, but it came out a bit sort of fudge coloured, you know, caramelly. And the way to adjust this is very simple. You simply grab a sort of hex key, put it all the way down, and you just spin and that adjusts this screw in height. And if you have it all the way open, that's for maximum flow. And if you have it all the way closed, that's for least amount of flow. And you'll still get FPS this way. It's not an issue. So we are going to go for full flow so I can show you what it gets at a maximum. And then I'll do closed flow very quickly afterwards to show you what you can get at a minimum on a 300ml barrel at about 120 psi. So installing this is very easy. What I would recommend if you are feeling daring is applying either some lube or grease. I'm using my thick lube, there's a link in the description, on these O-rings, and I'm just going to do the smallest amount. You really don't need much. This stuff goes a very long way. So I do a little blob on each ring, just like that, and then I spread it around. Nice stuff about my lube, believe it or not, is it is scented, so your hands come away smelling really nice afterwards. We install this similar to how we took it out. So you push down on the tappet itself, push down on the tappet itself, push the nozzle forwards, and the tappet teeth sort of interline there. And once we get this assembled, I'll show you the even faster way to adjust it. So I'm going to zoom out now to put the lever back in. So now we have this tricky job, and I never like putting this in. It's very tricky for me with a short stroke. I've messed this up more than once, so hopefully this doesn't take me too long. But you're essentially just putting this back in, this side up, through here, and you want to get the sort of stick part of our lever through this gap. And just like that, we're all through. And so then we grab this pin we had before, and this pushes in really easily. Just angle it in. And I'm pretty sure this can go on either side, so it's up to you. But yeah, that's that installed. And one thing I want to show you before we fully assemble this is if you want to adjust your grub screw, you can just put it in through the front here. And it might be a little tricky because obviously you can't see where the screw is placed inside of the nozzle, but if you just do sort of half turns, shoot it, you'll get a rough idea of which direction you're going in and how much to be going for. So now we will put on our upper. And again, we want to take this pin down and close the dust cover on our upper receiver. And then it's very hard to do because my gun's so long. Slide them in, pin forward, and it's all done. That's that. So now I'm just going to shoot this at 120 psi on 0.45 gram BBs, and we'll see the result I get, and I will show that on screen for you. So as you can see here, we are getting 2.56 joules on a 4.5 gram BB, and yeah, that's quite a lot of heft on a 300ml 605 barrel. So yes, I'm pretty happy with that. So now I'm going to adjust the valve all the way closed, and I'll show you what it shoots at fully closed. And I'll also show you a tip whilst I do this, so I'll quickly disassemble it for you. So a little tip I'm going to show you regarding the grub screw that comes pre-installed on this nozzle is it's a good idea to put something to secure it in there just ever so slightly, and this stops it worming loose. So for example, we can use a bit of 242 thread lock, blue Loctite. I would use just the smallest dab of this, just the smallest. Reason being, I've used too much of this on the prototype nozzle that you saw, and it took quite a lot of force to adjust the screw. So a tiny bit of that, or alternatively, just some PTFE tape. And that's actually what I'm going to use here. I'm just going to use a single strip on it, and I think that will be enough to prevent it from wiggling loose. So this is just a nice strip PTFE on our grub screw, and I'm just going to reinstall this back down the top of the nozzle. Yeah, and that's definitely better. There's no wobble or shake when I move it now. So I'm just going to adjust this. So we were all the way open, and now I'm going to do partially closed. So like that. I know you can see a bit of the silver there, but it is still fully closed. So we'll try this now, and I'll just reinstall it quick. And so now that I have this installed, I'm just going to shoot it again, and I'll show you the results of that. Awesome, so we couldn't be any more spot on it right there. Fully closed, we're getting 1 joule at on 0.45 gram BBs, 120 psi. So absolutely nothing's changed between those other than changing the screw. So that just goes to show on a 300mm barrel, you can snipe and do CQB stuff all on the same barrel length. So that's pretty awesome. And it's very handy. It's what the LevAR really needed. So there you have it. It's actually really easy to install this nozzle and adjust it to the limits that you prefer. As I say, I'd recommend putting a bit of sort of PTFE tape or thread lock on there, and it'll stay perfectly still. I'm really happy with this product. It was very cool working with Luke at BBA on this. There'll be a link in the description for where you can find the nozzle. We also have other bits that I really recommend to go with the LevAR. Here is the 4UA debucking. I find this goes really, really well just as a straight swap with the LevAR. Increases the consistency extremely. I'm very happy with it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm very happy with how this has turned out, and I think I'll probably do some more videos on the LevAR in the next coming weeks or so. But yes, hopefully should see you next time.